Hello, I'm the right side, and this is the road to the Galactic Championship. It's a project I've been thinking about working on for a while now, and I finally decided to kind of kick it off. Figured now's a good time, so here we go. So a little bit about me. I've been to two PQs before. The first PQ I went to was actually last May, so about a little over a year ago. I've been playing this game for probably a year and a half. So about 6 months before I went to this PQ, I started playing the game, and I played it with my friends, and I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and I built a deck that I felt was really good. So, despite thinking that, I had very low expectations. I knew I was going to get humbled. I went there attempting to just win a match. If I could win a match, not a game, but a match, I was going to be happy. Turns out I ended up winning two games, which was pretty good, but actually not very good. I came in 84th place out of 114 people. You know, not good, but not bad. I actually was able to salvage the deck list for this thing. So, just off the bat, first thing, I built this deck completely by myself. I don't know. I don't think I looked anything up. This was just what I was playing with my friends, and it worked. I did pick up like little bits of information, like one ofs aren't good. If you only want one of something in your deck, then it's probably not good enough to make your deck. But yeah, this deck's just not good. It's not a very good deck, but I'm pretty happy about it. Like, especially like considering how I knew nothing about like how to play this game competitively, and there were certainly some ideas here that I really liked. Like my sideboard having disabling Fang Fighter, like I knew upgrades were really good, so having three of those in my sideboard, actually really good idea. Really happy about that. Three open fires, maybe could have made the main deck, especially considering some of the other cards in here, which I'll get to. And some other stuff, like the Koyagin's Turn is great. Ready a fighter with 6 or less power. Nobody saw that coming. I actually think that that was an MVP. It won me a game, actually. So I think in a Luke deck, honestly, probably not a bad shout to put it in there, at least in the sideboard. A lot of the units that have 6 or less power that Luke would flip onto, he's got 4 attack boost. So you're literally talking about 1 or 2 attack ships. So, the flanking Fang Fighter, which again, questionable decision. Red 3, which just doesn't have enough health to be a 3-drop anymore in the game. But a lot of the earlier units, like the Green Squadron A Wing, Gray Squadron Y Wing, and the Red Squadron Y Wing, you can flip onto those, ready them back up, and that's game winning. If you can swing with Luke twice in one turn, I mean, that's game winningly good. But that's probably about it. The good. I mean, I also had Blue Leader in there, which very happy about that. That was a great decision. Really good guard. But I really want to talk about some of the questionable decisions in this deck, just because I think they're funny. There's some weird cards in here, like the Determined Recruit, a 2-cost +3/+1 upgrade. Not sure what the point of that is. The Masasi Tactical Officer. I like the idea. Like it's action compression, I guess, and technically has a 2/4 stat line for 1, but like for 1 cost, you could just play another space fighter, which, Clone Combat Squadron, like you do not have enough space units to be doing that. But the two cards that I really want to talk about is this Twin Laser Turret, this 2-cost +2/+2 upgrade that I I guess I thought like in a space battle it would be good, but like I don't think any deck beats Luke in space turns 1 through like 5 or 6. So, and if you don't win by turn 5 or 6 with Luke, you probably aren't winning the game. So, it's just a weird decision to throw that in there. And also the Echo based Defender. I still remember this card. Like, I remember the day before the PQ, it wasn't in my sideboard, and I was like, I just need something that'll let me survive against like fast ground decks. And really, the correct answer should have been to throw in another trench run. But to be honest with you, maybe I didn't have a trench run. So first PQ overall, didn't do good, obviously, but better than I expected. And like this thought process that I have here, I kind of appreciate it. Because it shows that I'm thinking about the cards I put in. I'm not just like pulling a deck list from online. Oh, and also Metal Ceremony. Crazy card to put in this deck. Okay. So then after that, I think I took like a year long break from competitive. Actually, no, it wasn't a year. It was probably more like 6 months. But took about a 6 month break, and I started to actually play online. Started to play online. Started to look at deck lists online. Still like to make my own decisions. I'm not just following a deck list online. But what did that lead me to? It led me to a 68 player PQ, so like half the players, and I finished in 25th. I actually had a winning game record. I went 4-3. I think I got lucky in this PQ, to be honest with you. There were some like really good draws for me. Matchups I had like no right in winning even a game, and I was able to take one. I 2-0'd everybody I beat, and I 2-1'd everyone I lost to. So that put me really high up on the 4-3, and I actually was on the first page of players in this PQ. So, moral victory. Pretty happy, like very happy with this. A winning record in a PQ at my second PQ is very good. But yeah, I have the deck list for this one too. I think much better, like much more cohesive. I don't know why I wasn't able to just let go of the red 3 at this point. Like, I think I resourced it pretty much every time. And this Adelphi Patrol Wing, like, I think people were actually running this card, but yeah, I don't like it. I think maybe it went off once, and it's good when it goes off, but when it doesn't, you just have like a 5 cost 4/6 unit, which, the turn before Luke deploys is good, but I would much rather play pretty much any other unit in this deck, especially for the cost. But overall, like, much more cohesive deck. The Kit Fisto's Aether Sprite, I don't even know if that's main deck worthy for Luke now, but at the time, Kylo was kind of running rampant. I got lucky the day before the tournament, opened a pack, and there was one in there. I would have run 2 of those if I could, maybe even 3. You look at the sideboard, much better story here. System Shock, again for Kylo, Aggrieved Parliamentarian, again for Kylo. The Biggs, Darklighter, I don't think that this is even in the sideboard of Luke's nowadays, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Um, it's not a bad card. U-Wing Reinforcement, I probably should have run 2 of those just for like the control decks. But again, if you get to 7 resources and you don't have 2 ships on the board with Luke, you're probably in a pretty bad spot. I got rid of the Metal Ceremony for the Crackshot V-Wing. Just a much better choice. Much better choice. Overall, like, this deck, a lot better than the first one. A lot better. So now you might be thinking, like, okay, you went to 2 PQs, you've been getting better with Luke. Probably know how he plays, which again, Luke is a very easy leader to play. The problem is he's also very easy to play against, and we'll kind of see this in the next slide. So here's the problem: he's not good into like pretty much every matchup. He is not good. So Boba Fett Lake Country, he's about a 50% win rate. I believe that. Luke probably has better fighting potential in space, but Boba Fett has better closing ability and more health by 1 with Lake Country, but that's something. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke probably outraces Obi. Obi has, cross arena interactions, so sure, 50-50 sounds good. The issue here is that Luke is horrible into Lando Calrissian, and I believe that. I think that 30 and 70, maybe it's not that bad, but it's bad. It's very bad. And Darth Vader is his only like very favorable matchup. I agree with that. I used to play Vaders all the time on Carabast when I played Luke, and it's not a guarantee. I probably lost a couple, but it's definitely a matchup I felt good into. And all the rest of them, I mean, you can see here, Colonel Yularen, not great. Fine into Talzin, not good into the control matchups, and just it. And I believe that. In this new set, Cad Bane is going to be good, and Luke probably matches up fine with Cad Bane. He doesn't have to interact with the ground sentinels, and he can ping them. But Luke isn't good against control, and that's like basically a glorified control deck. So if I had to assume, it's probably going to be somewhere between this Boba Fett win rate around 50% and like this Dedra Miro like 40% win rate. So again, not good. I mean, just overall, you can see here he's got a less than average win rate. Like, not good. And I think it's time to make a change. All right. Why now? Why am I making the decision to try and work for Galactics now? Well, right now it's the 2026 Galactic Championship. I look forward to watching that live when it eventually happens. And it gives me a full year to prep for 2027. So it's a better time than ever. It's a new set. I actually really like this new set. So for a while, I think I took a set off, and not because I didn't want to play, but because I just got busy, and I kind of want to make this more of a priority now because I really like this new set. I know people are worried about Cad Bane. I know people are worried about Previsla, Ninth Sister. I think they're cool cards. I think they're really cool cards. And I can't wait to play with them and against them until I get board wiped by Previsla and my whole hand gets discarded from Ninth Sister, and then maybe I'll change my mind. And most importantly, lastly, it's easier to qualify, which, I'd be lying if I said that that wasn't a big reason why. So they changed the PQ point distribution, the SQ in the regional championship, made it a lot easier. Looking at the rules, do I have what it takes to go, 5-2 or 6-2 in an SQ? Maybe not. Maybe not. Regional championship, I'd love to go. Do I have what it takes to get to day 2 there? Maybe. But the thought is, if I get lucky and we day 2, that's already half the points. And one of these PQs, there's minimum player counts now, which is fine. I'd never go to PQs that don't meet these requirements. Still, now you get points for top 16. That's incredible. That gives me hope that maybe there's a chance that I'll make it. Maybe. But can I make it? Maybe. But what are the negatives? Well, the huge negative here is that I have no idea how to play limited. I've never drafted this set. Which, I mean, it hasn't come out, so it's not a big deal, but I've only drafted twice in this game at all. So, that's a negative. And another negative is location. So I live in Massachusetts, and there's 4 of them near me within the next 2 months. And so I got to go to all of them, or hopefully all of them. The one August 22nd is in Mansfield, but they have the sector qualifier in Indianapolis. So hopefully I'm going to the sector qualifier. If not, I will be going to the PQ in Mansfield. So, we'll see. But I'm committed to going. So that's something. So a little bit about content that I plan on making in the future. Obviously, the channel is more so for just like, myself getting better and obviously building a community here. But I also want to make it interactive, have discussions. And for the first point, weekly meta discussions, I think this will be fun. Kind of just discussing like decks that won in the last week or have done better than expected, PQ results, the Carabas meta, of course. Maybe not indicative of the actual meta at the PQs, but it's a good look to kind of see like what's on the rise, what's falling out of favor. Right now, I know Cad Bane is taking over Carabast, which is totally expected at this point. Viewer submitted decks. If you guys have any decks you want me to try or you want me to take a look at, I'd love to. I love playing with random decks. I go on SWODB and I always I try new things out all the time. So if you guys have anything you want me to try, I'd love to try it. And match reviews. I found this thing recently called Carabuddy where you can actually record the matches. So I'll be able to record it and then go through it later, see, where I could improve, what I could do better in tournaments. Yeah, I'd love to play some tournaments with people. Getting into tournaments with, viewers or getting into tournaments with other creators, just small things to make sure that, I am actually tournament ready, facing people with tournament rules and just working on actually thoroughly thinking out the game is going to help me a lot. In conclusion, thank you all for listening. I appreciate it. Hopefully this will be a successful endeavor. I have no idea what to expect. I know I got a long road ahead of me, but I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.